Senator Whitehouse.
Thank you, Chairman. Republicans clearly do not want to talk about a looming crisis headed for our economy and our budget, but it's not hard to see how the dominoes fall. Fossil fuel emissions, methane one of the worst, are making the weather worse and harder to predict. This makes risk worse and harder to predict for insurance companies. This means insurance companies have to raise their rates, or if they can't figure it out, back away entirely. As insurance gets more expensive and harder to find, property values begin to fall. Each member of this committee is likely experiencing this in your states. In fact, I bet you're even hearing about it from your constituents. Let me start with Florida, which is the preview of coming attractions for other coastal states. It's the first and it's the worst. In Florida, Glades and Monroe counties have seen homeowners' insurance non-renewals increase by more than 3,000%. In Glades County, 1 in 6 homeowners was dropped from their insurance in 2023. In Miami-Dade County, average premiums have spiraled up to $17,000 per year. Premiums are expected to triple in coastal Florida counties in the years to come, with home values consequently declining between 40 and 60% in many coastal counties. In some states, major national insurers are already pulling out. In California, Allstate and State Farm will not issue new policies. In Texas, Progressive is leaving. In Florida, most national companies have left the state. Florida homeowners insurance rates are almost quadruple the national average. Many Floridians can't get or can't afford homeowners insurance, and many more have rickety insurance that may well not pay claims. What happens if your homeowner's insurance goes up? Quadruples, for instance. It's a carrying cost on owning your home, so your home's value declines. Or if you can't even get insurance, then your home can't get a mortgage. So when you try to sell, no one can get a mortgage to buy your home. And again, your home's value crashes. That's what Freddie Mac's chief economist warned this committee about 2 years ago. Coastal flood risk makes homes uninsurable, which makes them unmortgageable, which causes, his words, a coastal property values crash, which then cascades through the economy like the 2008 mortgage meltdown. Except now, the coastal homeowners insurance crisis he discussed has a new evil sibling, wildfire risk for homeowners nowhere near the coast. Same problem, insurance to mortgage to property values to broad economic collapse. Here are counties where climate-related risks are expected to quadruple or more present insurance rates by 2055. Already high insurance rates expected to as much as quadruple further by 2055, with obviously predictable effects on property values. Here are counties where property values are predicted to decline by as much as 100%. A decline of 100% is a total wipeout, again by 2055. Well, you may say, well, that's not till 2055, so that won't affect me, that doesn't matter. Except, who looks forward 30 years? Mortgage companies do, who want to make sure their collateral is sound and the homeowner is able to pay the mortgage, which is why in high-risk areas they're dumping more and more mortgages into federal Fannie and Freddie, grabbing the fees and passing the risk to taxpayers. And I commend on that the report, Mortgage Securitization Dynamics in the Aftermath of Natural Disasters. Insurance companies have to be rated for that mortgage to get into Freddie and Fannie. There's a rating agency called Demotech, which has leapt from being a negligible presence in Florida's homeowners insurance market when they started in the 1990s to now over 50% by 2018. For that, I commend the report, When Insurers Exit, Climate Losses, Fragile Insurers, and Mortgage Markets. Demotech's ratings are so slippery that almost 20% of Florida insurance companies it rated have already gone bust. Remember 2008 and rating agencies? All this is happening because the fossil fuel industry has been allowed to maintain a free-to-pollute business model, contrary to basic principles of market economics, not to mention basic morality and decency. When it's free to pollute, when those negative externalities are not baked into the price of the product, it's called a subsidy. And this is a big one, $700 billion every year in the US alone. When Trump was soliciting $1 billion in political money from the fossil fuel industry, and by the way, he got $100 million that we know of, this was a pretty sweet deal. $1 billion once to Trump and $700 billion to lock in that subsidy every single year. And who pays? We do. One of the ways we pay is in this looming homeowners insurance crisis and its cascade into a property values crash and national economic recession like 2008. And it's not just national. Here's The Economist magazine warning of a $25 trillion hit to the global real estate market and the global economy, joined by the Financial Stability Board, which warns of systemic risks to banks as property values fall from insurance unavailability, joined by the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, which under the first Trump administration warned that climate change, I'm quoting here, poses a major risk to the ability of the U.S. financial system and to its ability to sustain the American economy. That's the backdrop for the amendments I'll be offering to strike the EPW instruction. That instruction is a giveaway to big polluters who won't even maintain their valves and pipes and wells, and it will only make the climate crisis and the economic effects of it worse. I'll have more to say as I discuss each amendment, and I thank the chair for allowing me the extra minute.